What's good, fam, and welcome aboard. I'm your Captain Risk Pilot, flying in from NoFlexJustTime, leading you guys' destination to some clean watches and some clever reviews that's going to help you do quite a few things. One, for those who just starting their collection, I'm going to help you build your collection. And for those who already have a collection, I'm going to help you continue to grow your collection. Two, I'm going to introduce you guys to some unique movements across the entire board. So we're not just going to look at the most expensive top known NAND breakers in the game. No, that's not what we're going to look at. No flex, just time. Three, I'm going to keep you guys flying on time without grounding your wallet. Because the captain don't see the point of building a vast collection if you got to lose both of your arms in the midst of doing so. So here's what I want you guys to do. Go get your snacks, go get your smoke, go get you something to drink, find your seat on the plane, sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this elevation together. So before we take off on this flight, a few things the captain has to do. First, I want to reintroduce myself. I'm Captain Risk Pilot, and I'll be curating all your reviews from the NoFlexJustTime cockpit. Two, you guys, and let me make sure this is known. One, ain't nobody paying me to give these reviews, and no company's giving me no script to script any personal watch. All the watches that I do a review on are my personal reviews from my personal collection, and I'm going to continue to build my collection and show more watches and give reviews on those watches. All right, number three. Ladies, please do not think that this is an all-male TV show. This is not. I also look forward to curating watches for you as well. So gentlemen, make sure that you're paying attention, especially when the ladies in your lives or you see gifts that could fit a lady in your life. Make sure you grab it when it's available, because I'm definitely going to introduce something for them as well. All right. Number four, you guys. Captain Risk Pilot is no watch expert. No, I am not. I am very proficient. I can take them apart. I can put them together. I can change the pieces. There's things I could do, and I'm still learning all about them, but I am no expert. I am just a personal collector with his own collection and like to talk about watches. That's all. So if you get on here or you think I'm on here and we're going to be talking about the movements and how they make them and this one's better, that is not this show. No. I intend to show you guys watches, their features, how to get them, various prices, and things of such nature without having to flex on anything more than just the watch itself and what it can do. All right, let's get to the most important part, which is the layout of the show. If you look to this screen on my right, I had the one that says Electronic in it. Let me help you find it. This guy. Yeah. So in that window, before we descend in each flight, I'm going to do a weekly wish drop in that window. And I'm going to come out of one of my 5 categories. The daily flyers, the crew courts, the field gear, the black ops, or the captain reserves, which is my personal favorites. Right? And in that window, I'm going to show the watch just for a brief moment, probably show a feature or two, and I'm not going to say anything about the watch. I ask that you guys engage me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. And I'm going to show more a little bit about the watch there, little tidbits, things of such nature. But then here's the most important part. On the very next episode, that's when I'm going to do a full curated review of the watch, talk all about it, its features, how to get it, why I chose it, and so many more. And here's the coolest thing about it. If it's still available through my friends and suppliers, I'm going to drop the shop tag so that you can get it just as well. Because this is a two-way street. Hey, we got to build together. And in saying that, let me say this to you guys. If you have a unique movement that you think is cool and I should share it on the show, definitely share it with the captain so that the captain can give you a shout out and share the watch that you shared, so that way we can all get one, because that's what this game is about. Remember, two-way street. So now that I think that most of the pre-flight inspections are already done, let's go ahead and take off onto our flight for the day. So you guys, your Captain Risk Pilot loves watches. I mean, truly love watches. Look all around. I got a whole bunch in front of me. I got even more below that. I got some on the shelves. I got some on the bookcase. I got some off to the right of me. Like I love watches. Like I do. I really do. And I like how versatile you could be with them. Like dressing up, dressing down, quirky with them, like any kind of style. And for me, that's what got me all into the game, like truly all into it. When I started to see how versatile you could be with a watch, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta do this. And I'll admit to you guys, I'm trying to get anywhere from like 500 to 1,000 watches by the time I leave this planet. And I'm at like 120, 130 something, maybe 140 something now. So like, yeah, like I'm telling you, like I can't. I look forward to it. I can't wait. Is what I was trying to say. But here's the most craziest part. I will say this. When I'm out on the market, right? When I'm out on the market, there's 4 things that I look for in this particular order: features, style, name, price. And I want to know what got you guys into watches? What got you into the watch game? For me, again, it's them 4, and not in that order. I will admit, price will always be last for me. Price is, I'm not that captain that's gonna be like, I'm gonna go spend $1,000+ on a watch. I'm not. I'll be real with you. My cap on the watch is like $500. I think $500 is like the most that I would spend on a watch. Like truly. Maybe 600, depend, maybe. Like the features got to be like off the chain. and I'll give a perfect example. Like features, price, name, like all that fitting into one. Jacob & Co., amazing company, makes amazing pieces, came out with the Batman watch. I was watching another flight, man. That's right, the captain watches other flights, and the guy was doing a review on the Batman & Co. watch. Box, you guys. Oh my gosh, came out shaped like the Batman emblem. Truly amazing. Jacob & Co. did an amazing job with that, right? And then he reveals the watch. Again, awesome. I mean, consumer already bought. Wallet in hand, I'm like, as soon as I finish this reel, I'm coming off of here, I'm going to the market, I'm getting me this watch. I'm buying it. I gotta get it. Like, I gotta have one. And I already know what part of my collection I'm gonna add it to, right? Sold, right? I mean, to get to the price at the end, $290,000. Crash. Consumer unbought, instantly wallet back into the pocket. I quit. Like, I'm just like, oh man. It was crazy as I've been eyeing Jacob & Co.'s pieces for a minute. It was like, yeah, this is gonna be the very first one I'm gonna get. Love it, right? Nope, we still gonna sit back and just keep looking at other Jacob & Co.'s until I find something that fits me and my style. And yeah, I'm gonna get that. And let's just say how hurt I was to see that. And now, let's talk about price for a minute again. Here's what's crazy. Unless you're one of them people shopping in that tier for them expensive watches, here's what's crazy. Most people don't even notice. And I hate to be so blunt and so forbearing when I say this, but most people don't even care. I can honestly say, yo, captain, if you come to me with a watch and your main selling point is the price, that's all you talk about. Price. Yeah, I bought this. You're flexing. No flex just time, but you flexing. You talk to the wrong person. Because instantly, I'm going to ask why, and then I'm going to ask, what does it do? Right? And for $290,000, I'm going to admit to you, if you're not saying to me off the gate, oh, it has personal built-in AI just for me, it can do my homework, it can do my work, it can fill out my doctor's paperwork, it can make sure that my paychecks and my bills are paid, it orders my groceries, it drives my car, like it does everything I need it to do. I don't even have to touch it, all I have to do is put it on. Unless you're telling me that, I do not see the price value of a $290,000 watch. I just don't. And I will admit, when I get to features, I'm going to go back to Jacob & Co. with that Batman watch because the features in that thing was amazing. Probably why it was $290,000. Probably why. But yeah, I can't. I can't. I can't spend that much, man. And I get it. Some people, they spend all that because their watch collection has monetary value. Cool. Again, that's a style. I don't knock that category. I don't knock the people that do it. I'm just not going to do it. I don't see the point of it because these watches, yeah, if you pass them on, yeah, they have value. But then if you pass them on to a person that's not in watches, your whole value is predicated to their pocket. So I don't get it. Again, some just because they can. Hey, get it how you live, baby. That's what I say. My cap is 500. I'm cool with that, and I'm okay saying that too. I have no problem with that. That don't mean that I still can't get these top known name brand companies. Of course I do. I just don't go buy the most expensive ones because, again, I don't see the point. I can walk around with an Invicta just like you can and not spend thousands and thousands of dollars. Same thing with a Boulevard. Same thing with a Citizen. Same thing with a Rolex. You can do all that and not spend the same amount of money. And if you want to do that and just flex that you did it on price and use the name with it, then hey, go for it. Go for it. Now, jumping into name. Do you guys buy watches predicated just on the name alone? I can honestly say your captain has done so. I have done so. My Invictas, my original grain, my Sterling that sits up there. Oh yeah, just for the name alone. Jargar, well, because of their features too, but just for the name alone. Like, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm buying these just for that. Again, some of my Timexes, some of my Citizens, some of my Boulevards, just for the name. Like, yeah, oh yeah, I got me one of those. I got a couple of them. Like, what? Oh yeah, for sure. Now, to jump back real quick when we talk price, and here's a perfect example. Let's take my Sterling. Right? MSRP on that watch, on that actually market, and that's a Sterling Legacy. I'm not going to talk more about it. I'll wait till I reveal it to you guys. But on the Legacy, it MSRP'd at almost $400. And yet I paid almost 10%. But I got name, I got all the features in it, a Legacy on it, top of that. And I didn't have to go super expensive. Like, so again, with name and price, that's why they at the bottom for me. But again, I have moved name up to the top and bought it solely just for the name. The Invicta S1 Rally, the Venom, again, the original grain, limited edition Bob Marley, all that just for the names, just for names alone. And again, price I didn't care as long as it stayed within my cap, and they all did. So like, yeah, and they met features and style too. So that was it for me. Moving on. Now that we talked about names, let's go on to my next round, which is features. You guys, here's where the captain melts. I mean, truly melt. I fall in love when I walk into stores, walk into shops, go to boutiques, things like this, even flea markets, where I see watches and I see the features in it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta have that. How much is it? And let's pause for a minute. Let's talk features. You think of all the features in the watch. You got the chronograph, aka stopwatch, right? Then you got apertures, subdial, moon phase. And I'm gonna pause right there for a minute. Aperture, subdial, moon phase. To me, logically, I think all three of them are the same or can be used similarly. So you think the aperture, that usually tells the day of the week or the date of the week, right? And sometimes it's just the date of the week. And then you think subdial. Subdials just used to kind of be just what they are. Sometimes don't even do anything, just little prefaces on the face of the watch to make the watch look more fancier. But then companies got more innovative and they said, okay, well, we're going to use those as apertures as well. Let's make this subdial read the days of the week. Let's have this one read the months. Hey, we'll have the one at the bottom do moon phase. Like, so when I think them three, I see them three all the same. And I think a company who really did a good job at that, especially when I think back in the day, Citizen has a vintage watch from like the mid 80s to the early 90s that it came out, right? And they had the subdial, they had the dates on it, like, you know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then on the other side it had the months. And then here's what I thought was so cool. They put 2 seconds hands inside of the watch. Now, on the outer ring of the watch face had all the days of the week. I mean, all the dates, like 1 through 31, 1 through 28, when you think of the months, right? And on one of the seconds hands, they put a moon crest at the top of the second hand that moves with it. And I just was like, oh, that is so cool how in features they're switching them up and making different variation styles. Like, again, a non-known name brand company, Ohm makes these huge, big multi-phase watches that do multi-zone that may have like a temperature in it or a compass on it, right? And again, to backtrack to names, take a company that has a name in it but isn't a known name brand. Is it still a name brand watch? I mean, the technical answer is yes, of course, but going back to names just for a moment, would that then hinder you from buying it because it's not a known name brand? Which then, now let's bring it back to feature and styles, which then here's another interesting question when you put it on to both of those. When you say, okay, there's always new makers coming to the board, like Ohm, like Jargar, like Joe Fox, like Mercury. Again, new makers, right? And they're coming out with these watches, and if you're not getting them because they're not name brand, but they make some amazing pieces and you're missing out on them, I'll let you ponder on that. I ain't gonna say nothing else. But that's why, again, I move across the whole board and look forward to showing you watches across the whole board. No flexing, just time. Back to features. And we were talking about subdials, apertures, moon phase, right? Let's move on. Let's talk about tachometers, right? That's also used in your subdials. And again, Extra Hands Invicta does a good job with that and how they move the components around inside the watch to make you read it different. I thought that was amazing. Another one for me that I love is the tourbillon. The tourbillon is a mechanism that was used in the watches that helps the gravity effect on the watch, which keeps its accuracy when telling time. And I'm sorry if I said that so fast, but it comes out fast to me. However, I love how companies are encompassing that in the watch face, but then also using skeleton dials, a whole nother new feature, and then mixing and blending all that together. Again, things that make me melt. And I think of the company Jargar that is really great at coming out with slide rule bezels with the skeleton dial and things like that on it. And man, just all of what you could do. You think of slide rule bezel, how you get to the mathematics, right? You can say, okay, I can calculate the math, I can calculate the distance. Same thing with the tachometer, right? You can calculate speed, sports watches, things like that. So take my Invicta S1 Riley. This is motorsports car watch, right? And thinking features, the band has like the car seat design on it, which again is amazing. Inside, amazing. Whole casing, amazing. If you go look up the S1 Riley, you'll see what I'm talking about. And again, I can't wait to showcase that to you guys. But when you think of all them features and then go back to the beginning of price, like I got it at an amazing price, but got everything I needed in it plus name brand, and I'm encompassing even style, and I haven't even moved on to style yet, just still at features. But going back to all those features that can come in the watch is, again, why the captain melts. And I'm sorry I spent so much time here, but you guys can see this is why I fall in love. And I'm going to give you this last little tidbit before I move on from features. I love it when a person, or I go to a person, would come up to me, and we talk watches for a minute. I compliment a person on their watch, or I'm so invested of what they got on. I like it, right? And then we start talking watches, and I talk features and this, and this. And of course, I will ask a person what they pay for it, or they'll ask me the question. And I'll ask them what they think after I show them all about the watch. And then they'd be like, oh, man, you had to at least pay a way above premium than what I actually paid. And I'd be like, nah, I paid nowhere near that. And then that's when I tell people, like, man, I'm telling you, you got to check me out, because I don't pay that much for these watches, man. I don't see the point. Now, do I have expensive watches? Yes. Am I out here going out my way to buy expensive watches? No. So, yeah. But, and again, it'd be cool. Back to features for a minute. Bands or bracelets? Which one is it for you? I can honestly admit, about 90-95% of my watches are all bands. All bands. Don't get me wrong, I love bracelets, but I do got a few problems with bracelets. One, I hate doing this all day, or sliding it forward, or spinning it back around. Like I hate them three problems. I hate them three problems. Now, there are some companies, again, Original Grain is really good at measuring out the links to where when you downsize it, it's not downsizing too much, or when you put one back in, it's not oversized to where you got them three problems, right? So I do have a few bracelets that I like truly love, but I'll bands it out all day if I could. I really could. Here's another one when it comes to features. That bling bling. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. The diamond encrusted watches that go all the way around, and I don't care if you got the fake one or the real ones, because we all know, and I know y'all know, we all know, you can go to the little stand and get them for $49.95. It come with the bracelet and the chain, them ones, or you could go to an actual jewelry store and spend thousands of dollars and get a real one. I'm gonna tell y'all now, the captain, no, I don't wear those watches, and the reason why is I'm too clumsy. Like I am too clumsy. I can just forethought see me out and about wearing a watch, even at a fancy event, bump into something like I tend to do, right? And then I got a fake diamond or a real diamond that falls out, and now here's my dilemma. I even had to go back to the stand and buy a whole new $49.95 watch with the bracelet and the thing, and I don't need all that, but I gotta go buy it again and replace the watch so it don't look bad, or go back to the jewelry store and pay for them to replace the stone. Either way, I'm still repaying, and I think that's crazy. I think the most I should be paying for with my watch when it's kind of replacing anything is a battery. Literally. Or a mechanism if it goes out or stop working. Just one of those ones, but a dime or something? No. Now, I will say this. I do have watches that have the bling bling, like probably in the face, or maybe around the casing, or maybe on the bezel. Yeah, I don't mind them three, but all the way around, no. And then, I'll be honest with you about this, another little tidbit. I think that if you, and this is again this is all personal. If you got a person you trust, stick with that person. Trust me, if I had a person I trust, I would stick with my person. But like, I think that if you're not paying attention and you got these watches with these diamonds and stuff in it, and you take it to a shop that you're not aware of, they're not familiar with you, that they'll take your diamond out and replace it with something else. And then the value of that watch has then decreased significantly. Like, again, I got my own little tools to fix my own stuff. So that's just a personal thought. Y'all can kick my butt later. For the makers and things who do work in that realm, that's not a shot against you. No, I love y'all too, but I've had people tell me stories and I've seen it happen. So I ain't against the what can happen, to be quite forefront. Other than that, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. The last part of this whole thing is style. For me, style can go various ways. Again, those who do it for monetary value, style. Those who do it just for name alone, style. Cool. I have various categories which hold my different styles. My Crew Course collection is a very perfect one. That category consists of like movie characters, cartoon characters, gaming characters, things like that, right? And I don't mind going to get a shirt, a belt, some socks, shoes, anything that like match the watch or the watch matching the outfit, and then rocking that as my style for the day. Like, I truly love it. If you look around, I love the Nightmare Before Christmas. And I have several Nightmare Before Christmas watches made by various makers, right? And again, style, I don't mind putting on a watch, go get a shirt, I got a belt to match, I got some shorts and pants that match, I got some socks, and I actually got Nightmare Before Christmas shoes, and just go out whole Jack Skellington day. Like, what? Oh yeah, we out. And then, again, in style, and I love it too. I love it when it happens. I love it when people be like, man, I really love your whole outfit. Like, yeah, I got the watch, I got this, I got the whole mat. Oh man, that is so dope. I love it. Like, yo, that's tight. Like, and again, I'd be like, oh, that's what's up. And so yeah, what's y'all style? And then to switch that around, because again, I like versatility. I love it when I can come out of that category and then dress up. Let's say I'm trying to be Rigo Suave or whatever y'all like to call it or whatever. But more so just, hey, I'm on my finesse for the night, my big stepper move. And then jump into a watch that don't have to be super expensive, but then look like it is. And again, I love that versatility. I love it. And daily flyers. I love it that I can put on a watch and drag it through the mud and come home, clean it off, it still work, nothing wrong with it, and still function. I can say, what? Durability. Again, things that I love. So like, what is it for y'all? What's y'all style? And let's reflect back on the very first question that then ties it all together. When it comes to you guys' collection and why you're buying, are you in it for price, name, features, style, all of it? Or do you got a whole nother realm in which you look at your watch collection? Definitely share it with the captain, because I'm interested. I like learning and I want to learn more. So I want to say, you guys, we're about to get into our descent of the flight. And before we do that, I want to go ahead and talk about our first weekly wrist check and the significance of it. With this being the very first show, the very first weekly wrist check, and my very first watch that was actually given to me while serving in Iraq from my late sister, I thought it was nothing but fitting to put them all together. And I'll talk more about that in the next episode. But yeah, before we descend, let's go ahead and get into our first weekly wrist check, you guys. Here we go. Now here go a little tidbit for you. So, hey, if you rock with today's flight, definitely get your friends. Come on back, book you some tickets for next week's flight. I want to thank you guys for flying with the NoFlexJustTime crew. It's truly a pleasure talking with you guys. And again, Listen, definitely follow us at NoFlexJustTime on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Don't forget to put the @ when searching for your boy at NoFlexJustTime. And until then, until the next episode, I want you to keep your crystal clean, keep your movement always turning, and always fly on time. This your captain signing off.